The grade 10s, we are still busy with correction of errors. We're on page 178. Okay. In this example, we're going to look at the correct amount that was posted to the correct side of the wrong account in the subsidiary ledger. Now, the subsidiary ledger is like the debtors ledger or the creditors ledger. The entry in the appropriate journal was correct. Okay, so you'll see that there's no effect in the end. It will just cancel each other out when we do the example because the entry in the appropriate journal was correct. Okay, so nothing wrong there. It's only the subsidiary ledger after you've done your journal that a mistake was made on. Okay. Example 2, goods sold on credit to G Guff for 440 was incorrectly posted to the account of G Jaffa. Okay, so in the debtors ledger. Alright, so you can see how they made the mistake. The names are very similar, and that's how the mistake was made. This error must be corrected. Okay, so now we go to the general. The required is to make the correction entry in the general journal and post it to the ledger in the end. Okay, alright, so general journal, May 2020. Alright, so G Guffer, alright, we posted it to his account on the debit side. It was not supposed to go to the debit side. So to correct it, we have to put it on the credit side of Mr. Guffer's account to cancel it out. Alright, so and then we must take it to Mr. Guff, and so we debit Mr. Guff because he must owe us the 440, and we need to cancel the amount in Mr. Guffey's account, right? Because it is also, it's two debtors, so we need to take it to the debtors control account. Both of them are debtors, so it affects the debtors control account as well. But now you will see that it's on the debit side and also on the credit side. So in essence, in the general ledger, it cancels each other out in the end. Okay, it's not just in one account, it's in two different places where it cancels each other out. Okay, so note on the general journal, identify the two accounts affected by the error. That's the two people. Both persons are debtors. The account of G. Jaffa is overstated. Okay, so we decrease it. If it's overstated, we must minimize it. To correct this, the account of G. Jaffa must be decreased by the 440, and G. Gaff's account must be increased by the 440. Debtors increase on the debit side and decrease on the credit side. Okay, now going to the general ledger. Okay, so the one account is that 440, and in this case we're going to write sundry accounts, okay, because it has to do with subsidiary ledgers. Then we're going to write sundry accounts. There's no other account involved, no other T account that we normally use is involved here, so you write sundry accounts 440, and there's the other 440 on the credit side, again sundry accounts. So in essence, the two cancels each other out. Okay, now in the debtors ledger of Bev Stores, okay, the error corrected. Okay, we want 440 to go to Mr. Guff. Okay, want 440 to go to him. It increases his account on the debit side, so he owes 440. Mr. Guffey, this was the incorrect transaction done. Okay, so 440 was posted to his account, and now he owes 440, but he's not supposed to owe the 440. So we correct the error by putting it on the debit or on the credit side to minimize the account, and in essence then make it 0. So the 440 minus the 440 will give us a zero amount. Okay, so that is all for this example 2.